Welcome back. Welcome back to the man cave. Sorry about the voice, it's a bit croaky, but the truth of the matter is, on the last episode, if you like, the reason I was in the inner sanctum was because I wasn't fit enough to come outside. I'd come back from Spain with some sort of lurgy, just heavy cold I think, but I was laid low, let's put it that way. But getting back to normal, as normal goes anyway. So this was the trip from Andorra into Spain, which was by my first real target on this trip, which was the Smugglers Trail, or Tobacco Road as it's sometimes called. And it takes us from St Julia, which is where I was staying, up into Andorra la Vella, up to the border with Spain, where the tarmac ended. And I'll show you on the map anyway. So yeah, from St Julia here up to Andorra la Vella, and then up to the border of the Col, and then from, it doesn't show much of a distance here, but from there it's down to Tor, bypassing Norris, and down to Sort. Now, which is there, and then from Sort, Squiggly Road, the N260, and into my overnight at La Ciudad de Urgell. I still don't know whether I've got that pronounced properly, but it's a nice, as you can see, it's a nice run round, and I end up quite close really to where I started from, but it was just a fantastic road, and I'm sure you'll see as you look at the video. It is quite a long one, admittedly, but it needed to be, and it was difficult. It was difficult to edit as much out as I wanted to, and I couldn't edit any more out. There's just too much of interest in there. So have a look through it, see what you think. I mean, if you've got the patience to sit through it, I really appreciate it, but give us a thumbs up if you could, and again, if you haven't already subscribed, it is free, you know, and let me know in the comments. Tell me what you think, if it's too long, if it's okay, if I've got anything wrong, please tell me. All right, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.
Well, battery ran out yesterday, so I didn't record us arriving at the hotel, the Peralba, but at least I can record us leaving. And we're going to go back up through to Andorra la Vella to find the start of the Smugglers Trail, or the Tobacco Road as it's sometimes known. But more of that when we come to it. Now it's going to get busy. It's always busy up to and through Andorra la Vella. So I'll not record the busy town streets, but suffice to say, you've seen the surroundings. I just can't think of the word to describe it. It's, I suppose, anomaly is sort of fits, because Andorra is set among some of the most fantastic mountain scenery in Europe, and yet by developing the way it has in such an urbanisation, it's as if it's trying to destroy everything that it's been set up in, but that's just my opinion, I suppose. Right, I'll switch off for now before I say something really stupid. I'll see you in a little while. Well, you join me again as we come into the edge of the built-up area, and up in front of us, more or less see where we're going. There's a weakness in the mountains up there, and I'm thinking that that is where the Smugglers trail actually goes through. But as I said before, I'll tell you more when I get there. This is the first time for me. Goes without saying that it's an incredibly popular area with skiers during the winter. Saw quite a bit of ski development yesterday, particularly after the battery had run out. Typical. I would very much like to get into the sun this morning because it's a bit nippy. Ah, sunshine. My sort of roads again. You can tell how much snow they get up here by the height of these snow poles. Planted here to show the snowplow driver just where the edge of the road is. Well, they are elsewhere. I should say it's probably the same here. Friendly sounding sort of a place, isn't it, this? Pal? Sorry. Very pretty though. Very pretty indeed. Well, I do believe I found the right road. Port de Cabos is the end of the tarmac, allegedly. Well, first we pass over a viewpoint at the Col de la Batella. So if it's a good viewpoint, I'll stop for a photograph. You can see the ski pistes cut in the trees. Has to be quite a lot of activity up here, otherwise this road wouldn't be as big as it is, because it just goes to a dead end so far as motor traffic is concerned. Oh yes. Well, it might not be, it might be, it might not be the Col atLa. Phew, what he'll do is a photograph. What a view. Over to the right. Isn't it nice when the engine switches off and everything's quiet? You can almost say the silence is deafening. It wasn't for me rattling. Wow. It is a bit special. It's a bit very special. I'm guessing the Port de Cabos, which is the end of the road, is up in front of us. There's a little bit of a depression in the trees up there. That'll be it. But we'll see. Ah, this is the Col de Portela. Wow, that's some view. It really is some view. Right on the very ridge should be Port de Cabos. Well, it was worth going up here just for the ride. What a beautiful road. That's the way. You've got a little job to do first. But apart from anything else, we need a photograph, don't we? What a lovely looking set of horses. So this is the Smugglers Trail. Now, as we know, Andorra is a tax haven. And what does a tax haven do? It encourages smuggling. Tobacco products, alcohol products. On my previous visit to Andorra, we saw the traffic yesterday as I arrived. You didn't, because my battery had run out, but the amount of traffic leaving Andorra towards Spain was phenomenal. And when I was here, well, when we were here in 1990, the traffic was even worse than it was yesterday. The reason being that the Andorran authorities, the Andorran customs, they search pretty well every Spanish registered car, because they know full well there's every chance they're going to be taking more than their fair share of duty free, shall we say. So this trail, this came about as a result of that, so that the smugglers could get in and out of Andorra from Spain undetected. Hence why it's called Smuggler's Trail. From what I've read about it, from other people who've ridden the trail, it's not that desperate. I don't think it's as tricky as the Espinarma trail through the Picos. In fact, it takes away the adventurous nature of the trip, shall we say, when there's a VW camper van on the same trail in front of us. Oh, dear me. I don't think I'll bring my VW camper van down here. I don't think it's a Synchro. The Synchro is the four-wheel drive version. No, there's no diff under the rear end. I'm glad I've done this though. Really glad. It's been bugging me for quite a while. I saw it in Adventure Bike Rider magazine a few years back, and yeah, it's been on the cards since then. But it's not just the Smuggler's Trail, or Tobacco Road, whichever you want to call it, that's on the cards for us today. There's a road that runs sort of parallel with the ridge of the Pyrenees. I think we're actually in Spain now, incidentally. The N260, and it's got a reputation being one of the most amazing roads to ride. Some say in Western Europe, but we'll find out. And of course, for Etchy Boots fans, and there are a lot of us about, atLa actually put a video out a couple of weeks back in which this trail featured. So it had to be done anyway, didn't it? Did it on a Ducati this time. Oof. Bit rutted, not too seriously though. Do you know, if it wasn't for the traffic that we were going back to in Andorra, I'd turn around at the bottom and go back, ride it again, but no. Don't have so much spare time on this trip. With the targets I've set myself. I wonder if this is where it splits. Go and have a look round to the right. They both, one goes that way, one goes to the right, and they meet a short way further down. So I'm told. I could end up turning around and coming back up here, but no, I don't think so somehow. For once I've done my research. Comes down to a tiny little place called Tor. Of course I had to choose the side where the sun isn't shining. Aye well. There's one or two coming up. I didn't think I'd have the trail to myself somehow. Be nice if I did have, but nice chap. Hiya. Hello. You're okay. This is where the other trail comes out, the one that went to the left. So the van will be coming down there. One would imagine. Anyway. Oh, nice sunshine. I was going to say civilization. I think it's best described as what used to be civilization. What a beautiful place. It's a shame when places like this become abandoned. Beautiful old church. Ah. That one's not abandoned. What a beautiful situation. Oh. So this is the village of Tor. I bet the cafe isn't open. Well, that was a lovely experience. Cafe to myself. Now we're going to try and find the village of Sort. Well, we're not going to try and find it. Sally Satnav's going to find it for us. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's great. Cheers. Italian. I'm not the only lone adventurer then. That was my Italian counterpart. Now let's try and get some sunshine because it's a little bit nippy in the shadows. Well, the onboard thermometer says 10 degrees, so you've got to knock at least 3, maybe 4 degrees off that, so we're talking 6 or 7 degrees, so it's not that warm yet. Oh, that's better. I'm sorry, I'm bird watching at the same time as riding. Another J. And another J. Just about the most colourful members of the crow family. Oh, love these roads. And the views that go with them. Sort of back up towards where we come from, up there in front of us. And another J. That could be one of those from further up. Civilization again. And this time it is civilization. Right, we're on the main road now, so I'm going to switch off and I'll see you later. This is the start of Route 260. It's like a little road trip. Like a miniature Route 66, I suppose. Okay, welcome back. Now that we've left the village of Sort, we are now on the N260. As I said, the N260 is become a bit of a road trip in recent years, like a miniature Route 66. Looking at it on the map, there's not a lot of straight bits. It's a real, as I've said before, it's a real rider's road, if you like. Show me a minute. Well, there's no straight bits up to now. How long may it continue? Of course, it's not just a rider's road, it's a driver's road as well. It is possible to have fun on 4 wheels. Not as much fun as 2, or maybe even 3. So these will be the Spanish foothills of the Pyrenees, I suppose. Very wooded and green hills. Still a lot of natural beauty around here. It's a bit of Spain I know nothing about yet. You sort of know full well that there's going to be stories hereabouts, little bits of folklore. What I tend to find is I need to do one trip to sort of sound out the lie of the land. And then if I intend coming back, which I do, in all honesty, I'll do a bit of studying and try and find out what's where, what happened where, when, and whose ghosts are around and all that sort of thing. But for the moment it's just a case of taking it all in. Over 20 degrees now up here. One thing these sat-navs do when you put in a destination, they tell you how far away it is in a straight line, and then it tells you how many miles you're going to do on the road to get there. Well, this told me that the next village, which I can't remember how to pronounce, is 14 miles away. But then when it worked out the route and the distance, it's 32 miles away. That just goes to show how many corners there are in that 14 miles of straight line. Basically there aren't any straight lines. Amazing colour sand or soil. Obviously a type of sandstone by the look of it, hereabouts. Definitely deserves its reputation, does this road? And the views are improving as well. Oh yes. Look where you're going. Now I'm thinking there's some sort of a summit up here, a port or a col. They give them all sorts of different names. A high point on the road anyway. And I think it's probably just about here. Or maybe a touch further. Up there. Beautiful villages. Ah, there's a brown sign here. That tends to indicate the high point. Port del Canto. 1721 meters. Time for a picture, I think. Oh yes, I think so. Now those are the sort of cars you can have fun in. Yes, definitely. Good views in both directions. Take a photograph. Now I'm going to switch off here. I'll switch on a bit later, but because from here we descend to the next village, and I need to save some memory card at least, and some battery as well for that matter. So I'm going to switch off from here and I'll speak to you. I'll see you in a bit. Cheers. I'm back with you. This is La Ciudad de Urgel. And this is where I'm staying the night. I've decided not to carry on this afternoon across the 260. I'll do that in the morning. It's getting too hot. It really is uncomfortable. Although I think Sally Satnav's playing games with me. It's a lovely situation, this town is. It's quite a big town. So here's my room, number 208. Lovely big windows. It was quite cold when I came in, so I opened to let some heat in. Might regret that later. Single bed for me. Instructions not to use the other bed. And nice basic bathroom. All the comforts of home, sort of. Anyway, that's it. atLa for now. So I hope you've enjoyed what we've done today. And yeah, give us a thumbs up if you could. And subscribe. And if you got any comments, let me answer them. And I'll see you in the next one. Tomorrow that'll be. Okay. Cheers.